Speaker, and I thank the honourable member for his question. From the seat of Flynn, a person who's been both a fettler, a farmer, a fuel distributor, and now the federal member. And I congratulate him on all the work that he's done. He's a person, Mr. Speaker, who understands small business, and he would know too, with his area boasting the largest horticultural mandarin production in the southern hemisphere at 2ph, and it's also in the Fitzroy Basin is the largest area of cattle production in Australia. So he's very interested in the work that we are doing in making sure that we get the best return for his area and for our nation. And Mr. Speaker, since 2013, we've exported 2.4 million head of cattle. 2.4 million head of cattle. And in fact, in live animal exports, we've exported over 3.6 million head, and this is made up of 2.2 million feeder and slaughter sheep, 1.1 million feeder and slaughter cattle, over 147,000 breeder livestock, over 86,000 goats, over 593,000 feeder cattle were exported to Indonesia alone. And Mr. Speaker, it's a pleasure of mine and on behalf of this parliament to say that in the recent days we have negotiated a further quota with Indonesia. We had some issues there, a further 50,000 head into Indonesia. It shows that our department is hard at work all the time to make sure we get a better return. Mr. Speaker, it's also on other issues that we have also managed to secure live cattle trade into China, and this is our seventh market. So on the back of Bahrain, Egypt, Iran, after 4 decades being closed, Cambodia, Thailand, Lebanon, we now have the potential of a market that could take up to 1 million head a year. Of course, that won't happen overnight. That has to be built up to. We only turn over around about 8 million. We turn off about 8 million head a year. But all this means that under our government we have record cattle prices. We've also had record sheep prices. We've had the biggest turnaround soft commodity prices in the history of our nation. Now, Mr. Speaker, there are some threats to this, and one of the big threats to this, of course, is the quibbling that the other side has, the opposition has, on the free trade agreement to China. This free trade agreement to China, which would bring about a 10% reduction in live animal tariffs, a 12 to 25% reduction in meat and offal prices, a 10 to 20% reduction in dairy prices. These are the threats to central Queensland. These are the threats to Australia. If we don't get on with the business and deliver this outcome, there is a real threat to the income stream of all Australians, and especially the people of central Queensland. On top of that, Mr. Speaker, I'd have to say the idea of bringing back the carbon tax is just anathema. It's just anathema. So,
the minister's time has expired.
The biggest risk